Okay. It should be live. This is, I don't know why I couldn't, Night Ring wasn't firing up. It kept auto-closing when I was trying it just now. I was gonna test Night Rain with this dual stream setup. But we'll just have to run this as the test, I guess. But it looks like YouTube quality is obviously gonna look a lot better. Let me see if I can actually, yeah, I'll have to look at it on there. Let me see, what's the network bandwidth look like? It's a lot of bandwidth. That's a lot of bandwidth because both of the websites are going. You're on a flight about to take off? Is the no, it's not out yet. I'm testing something real quick. I'm testing streaming to YouTube and Twitch at the same time. So I am already streaming on Twitch. I'm streaming on YouTube now as a test. I tried dual website streaming before, and it is pretty complicated to do. You can't really use OBS to do this. You have to use a different tool. I'm using XSplit to do it because XSplit has been able to do simultaneous streaming for years now, but XSplit is very much, I would say, behind YouTube in terms of stream functionality. Or not YouTube, I'm sorry. XSplit is behind OBS in terms of stream feature set. Only recently have they added a lot of the other GPU codecs and things like that. So they are kind of caught up, but the way the software interacts with YouTube is not very intuitive. It didn't really adapt to the way YouTube does streaming, the way OBS did. So I don't know why it still is the way it is, but this is basically what I've got. So I'm streaming to both websites right now. I'm looking at the Twitch one. The Twitch one is obviously way lower quality. I like how it keeps saying it's unstable. Like it says the stream quality is unstable, even though it shouldn't be. It really shouldn't be. But it's limited to like 6,000 kilobits per second. So that at 1080p, it's not gonna look good compared to what I have on YouTube. YouTube is 1440p. Hey RK, good evening. One thing is for certain though, this really uses up a lot of CPU to do all of this. I need that heavy duty CPU. Thankfully, GPU encoding really does help offload a lot of this. It says the stream's current bitrate is low. Oh, you know why? Because it's streaming in AV1. I should have done H265 VCE.
Everyone here has been doing well, Hunter.
I can see the direct storage because I have Task Manager pulled up. I can see when direct storage is being utilized. It's utilized a lot, man. This game really runs the SSD hard. It runs the CPU hard too. But I don't know. I'm curious to see like how does the Twitch stream look actually. I'm trying to get a good feel for how that works because I may start doing the Tech Thursday streams on both websites. Try to grow a larger audience, get people who are not on YouTube. So in these still shot images, Twitch full screen looks fine. I want to see like how does it actually look outside though, like if I start running around, let's see. One thing is for certain though, Twitch is streaming with way lower latency. There is way less of a delay. It is way more, it's not real time, but it is certainly faster. That might be why they're limited in terms of the quality. $22 hours left. So wait, that's 23 hours? So in 23... Okay. So in 23 hours, the patch will be live. Okay. We set the stream wrong on YouTube. YouTube is using AV1. I don't know why it does what it does, but it is using it. We'll see what the final looks like. If it buffers a lot, you guys let me know. Those of you on the YouTube side, let me know if it like buffers, because AV1 streaming is jank in the sense that it chooses the bitrate that it wants to use, which I don't like. That is because it's breaking the CBR rule. And we are utilizing the 9070 XT and the Arc A380 for this. Basically what I'm doing is A380 is handling Twitch side, and 9070 XT is handling the YouTube side via the AV1 encoding.
Prepare for the next
I tried, so it's funny because all the encoders show up in XSplit for Twitch, but it doesn't actually let you. Like if you start streaming to Twitch in AV1, it blocks you. And if you try streaming in HEVC, it also blocks you. So I don't know. It's 2025, and you still can't utilize those newer codecs with Twitch.tv, which is I don't know, very disappointing. But anyway, so it's basic H.264 on that website. All right, so let's let me see, what type of armor do I have for this? Like, for tomorrow, what am I gonna use? Mizitsune armor? 323. But the thing is, this is water. This is like a water weapon, so this is not gonna work. Zoshia. Jindahad. I could go Jindahad. Jindahad with food probably will work. Let's load out 9. This one? Radeon Gamma?
Well, what can I do for you? Anything
What about Sergio? I don't want to. Well, that's a cool looking armor, but no. Lagiacris. Lagiacris has decent, but maybe I can already craft the Uthduna set. Uthduna Beta.
Hello.
Oh, I think I actually have enough for this. This one has the water resist necessary. You know what? I'm probably just gonna go the cheapo method and just use like Jindahad or whatever. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna go Jindahad. Whatever has decent water resist. Zoshia surprisingly has water resist. I may just use that. Numinous. Yeah, I may just go Numinous. Very, very basic stuff. Yeah, it's interesting, you know, like this this CPU, the power of the 9950X is so good. Like it's using so much CPU, man. The game is using the entire CCD 0, and then CCD 1 is being utilized for what I assume is the XSplit running to Twitch and running to YouTube at the same time, because I can see there's 2 cores. CPU 18, CPU 19. They're doing their thing. Yeah, this is why I like the Ryzen 9s. Ryzen 9s are better than Ryzen 7 because of all the extra cores you get. It's so good. It's so good. I almost want to, like, the last time we did a dual stream test, it was on Threadripper. And Threadripper is basically easy mode, but Threadripper is so expensive that it's like hard to do anything with that platform if you're someone who doesn't have the funds to build that kind of setup. But it is extremely powerful. But yeah. Yeah, see, it keeps warning me. You know, I'm probably just gonna use this, actually. Friendship Charm, just heal everybody up. So what do we have on here? We got Earplugs 3, Divine Blessing. We got 10 Water Resist. And then I need to bring a Thunder Weapon. So yeah, I already got this Gun Lance ready. And then I can also use this thing underneath Duna. I don't know if this is a good idea, but I would probably just go with this. Threadripper is infinite FPS, but Threadripper also is going to be a completely different kind of build. We have a video of it on the channel when we did the live stream. It was way back in November. Well, actually, no, the dual PC one, I don't remember when that was. That was earlier this year. We did dual PC stream, or not dual PC stream, dual website stream. Meaning I was streaming to Twitch and YouTube at the exact same time using Threadripper because it has so much brute force power. And the game wasn't even impacted at all because it has so much power. But see, those are the sort of things that no one's going to tell you. Like the fact that Threadripper has so much power that it can stream YouTube, it can stream Twitch at the same time and run the game at 4K, maxed out, everything. So yeah, that's why they say productivity CPUs, man. It's like, oh, it's a workstation CPU, it's not for gaming. What they don't tell you is that if you try to use a regular gaming CPU, we'll call air quotes gaming CPU, you can't really do, like, you can't stream to more than like one website. So, but most people don't care because most people aren't going to stream to more than one website at a time. But if somebody wanted to, like if they wanted to cater to both audiences, they could do that. Threadripper is very future-proof because Threadripper is a workstation solution or high-end desktop solution, and those sort of products last very, very long. Like you wouldn't upgrade Threadripper for years, unless you're like a true enthusiast and you just want to do a socket upgrade. Which I'm kind of on the fence of whether or not I should do it because I already have Threadripper. It's like I could technically go with the same motherboard and just get the 9960X or the 9970X. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. Like RK also is kind of on the fence of whether or not an upgrade for Threadripper Zen 5 is worth it. How much money would you need to do a Threadripper build? Well, if you live near a Micro Center, what was the price at Micro Center, guys? Micro Center had the bundle. Does anyone remember what it was? I think it was like $2,000 or $3,000. It was like, was it $3,000 or $2,000 for the Threadripper bundle? Does anyone remember? Can anybody check that? Let me see. Where is their AMD bundles? Micro Center started at, it's $3,000. $3,000 for the 32 core plus the Asus Sage and 128 gigs of RDIMM. Yeah, $3,000. And that's actually that's a higher end CPU than mine. My Threadripper is the 24 core. The one in that bundle is a 32 core. So that's even more powerful. So that is actually a pretty good deal for a workstation. because I spent about that same amount of money actually, and I only ended up with a 24 core. Because the motherboard was $900, the CPU was $1,500, and then the RAM was very expensive for RDIMM. So that's a pretty good deal. Like, that bundle is basically giving you the RAM for free, and the motherboard is like $100 off or something like that to get it down to that 3,000 price point. So that's pretty good. 128 gigs of RDIMM for free. That server, that's not regular memory. What a lot of people don't realize is you can't use regular DDR5 at Threadripper. You have to use server grade. It's called RDIMM, registered DIMM. It's not UDIMM. UDIMM is unregistered DIMM. Regular CPU, Ryzen CPUs, those use UDIMM. Threadripper uses RDIMM. So it's a more expensive, higher end type of memory. It's the same sort of memory that goes in servers. So that's the fact that you're getting that for free in that bundle is pretty good.
Hello.
I think this is the setup that I'm going to use. Actually, let's do what do I gotta do again? Let's test this. Let's talk to the Santiago. We need to do a hunt real quick. I want to see if we experience any kind of weird slowdown, especially on the Twitch side. Because Twitch is being handled by Intel A380 right now, and YouTube is being handled by the Radeon 9070 XT. So we are utilizing dual graphics cards for this stream.
All right. And what it'll be.
So you guys can see, if anyone wants to see the Twitch side, you guys can see what the quality looks like on the Twitch stream. But we got dual graphics cards going. We got dual encoding. All right, let's do this. Actually, what was the instructions? I forgot. I wasn't paying attention. Okay, hunt 3 tempered monsters, flying wyverns, all that stuff in the plains. So we got none of them here, so we're gonna have to do some special. Oh, I got an Uthaduna. I can practice against Uthaduna. Maybe I should do that. Or I can hunt a Radow. Oh wait, but I'm bringing water resist. I got a lot of thunder resist on this set too, so we can actually go either way. So you know what? Let's hunt the. Do I have this? This is on wish list. It needs to be something in the plains. This is Wyveria. It needs to be a flying wyvern in the plains. This one? This is Wyveria. It's gonna have to be this one for sure. We got new persons following us on Twitch. Hey, we got someone on the Twitch side. I don't know if are those the same people coming from the YouTube side just to check how the quality looks. For those that are joining on the Twitch side, if you don't normally follow the channel, so normally I stream on YouTube, and we are streaming on YouTube right now as well. But I am doing a dual stream test to see if basically what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to see if my internet can handle streaming to YouTube and Twitch at the same time. Because I have the bandwidth going to YouTube, I have the bandwidth going to Twitch, I have dual encodes going, all running from one single computer. One PC is handling all of this. All the heavy lifting made possible by the AMD Ryzen 9 9950X 16-core 32-thread processor. So let's here. Oops. Wait. I want to delete. No, don't delete. How do I do? Let me see. Task manager. And we got another person following. On the Twitch side. We got people following on the Twitch side. Alright, what if I do this? Does this work? Okay, that works. Alright, so you guys can see. Let me go back into the game. And we'll make this a little bit smaller, I guess. Or I'll just leave it like that for now. So the thread scheduling of windows is going to activate the game mode, even though we aren't using X3D. This is a non-X3D processor. And what you will see is that this is the benefit of having a Ryzen 9 over a Ryzen 7. Because what you will notice is that the top half, the first 2 rows of Task Manager, represents the first CCD. In this case, it is the faster, more higher clocked CCD. So this is the one that hits 5.7 gigahertz on the boost frequency. And you can see that CPU, that CCD is fully loaded. Meanwhile, the second CCD is not using all of the cores. It's using 2 to 4 of the cores to run all the background tasks. So we've got XSplit handling the stream for both websites. And you guys can see that, what is this? CPU 18, CPU 19, these 2 are running XSplit. And then these 2 are also doing some other like stream related work. And then some of this other stuff that you see occasionally spiking here, those are like Windows background service things running. So this is what I mean by Ryzen 9 is the true enthusiast grade flagship. Because with this CPU, we can saturate all of the cores for the game up here. Because remember, Monster Hunter Wilds is so CPU demanding. It will demand so much of a CPU that it is almost fully loading this entire CCD, all 8 cores, 16 threads on here. And then we have down here, the second CCD is running the stream software and all that stuff. And then we have Intel Arc A380 encoding the stream for the website twitch.tv. So we got twitch.tv over here. And then on this one, we have the AMD Radeon RX 9070 XT running the game right here on 3D. And then the video codec engine, the encoding for YouTube.com, is running off of the AMD graphics card. So we got Twitch over here, we got YouTube over here, and the game is also on this GPU. So this GPU is doing double duty. It's doing YouTube, it's doing the game, and then we got another GPU running for Twitch. So we got all that stuff going at the same time. And you guys can see the amount of VRAM that is being utilized on the 9070 XT. It is using 14.5 gigabytes of VRAM. Because here's the thing, a lot of people are like, oh, is 12 gigabytes enough? No, it's not enough, because with 16 gigs of VRAM, we are playing this game upscale to 4K resolution, but because we are streaming, the stream will also require a certain amount of VRAM, typically in the neighborhood of 1 to 2 gigabytes of VRAM, depending on the resolution. We're doing 4K. We're actually doing a downscale to 1440p, so it's about 1.5 to 2 gigabytes of VRAM. So meaning, right now, we are utilizing 14.6, and the thing is, because we only have 16 gigs of VRAM, we do not have enough VRAM on this graphics card to crank the high resolution texture pack up to maximum value on the graphics card, or on the game I should say. So Monster Hunter Wilds, we are only running the texture pack on high, not highest, because if we go to highest, it will exceed 16 gigabytes of VRAM. It'll crank it all the way up to like 20 gigabytes of VRAM or some ridiculously high number, like 19 to 20 something. So I would need to swap this GPU to a 7900 XTX if I wanted to turn on high resolution texture pack and try to also do the stream at the same time. That is the reason why I tell you guys 16 gigabytes of VRAM is like the minimum amount of video memory that you should aim for with a graphics card in 2025, because applications and games are only going to continue to get more demanding, not less demanding. They get more demanding, and that is the reason why what used to be 8 gigabytes last year, a few years ago, now we're living in a 16 gigabyte VRAM world. And then for the system RAM, we are using 42 gigabytes of system memory out of a total of 96 gigabytes of RAM, of DDR5 running at 6,400 mega transfers. Hey Lyle. Welcome to the channel. Those of you on the Twitch side, does that happen natively when dual streaming? What do you mean dual wait, what? What do you mean by, does what happen? Does what happen? In the context of what? Your settings? What about my settings? But you can see the CPU can be utilized for this game. It's incredible. Does that happen natively when doing dual GPUs? What about dual GPUs? Does that happen natively? No, it does not happen natively. I set it up that way. I manually set it up that way. It does not happen automatically. If you do everything on auto, it'll only use whatever GPU is plugged into your monitor. In this case, the 9070 XT is plugged into all 3 of my monitors. So if you don't do anything, the second graphics card, in this case my second graphics card is this Intel A380, this will do absolutely nothing. It'll sit there and be completely unused. And the Radeon card will be forced to encode to both Twitch and YouTube, but you have to understand how to select multiple encoders. Now the AMD card has like 3 encoders. So the AMD card is capable of handling both websites by itself. It is powerful enough to do that, but I wanted to make use of the second graphics card that I have in the system. So most people will never do this. Most people will never have like two graphics cards. But I'm trying to show, what we're doing is we're demonstrating what is possible. It's, in general, the advantage of doing this is I have less overhead on my primary graphics card, so my primary graphics card is not going to lose performance in the game because we're offloading some of that encoder pressure or work to this other graphics card. And you can see the Intel graphics card, this graphics card is obviously not anywhere close to as powerful as the 9070 XT. The 9070 XT is encoding this game at 1440p 60 FPS, and it is only running at 17% load on the encoder. That shows you how powerful the 9070 XT is at encoding. Meanwhile, the Intel Arc is encoding at only 1080p 60, and it is at about 40% of the encoder utilization. So the Intel graphics card is good for 1080p and 720p, but it is not good for 1440p or 4K for real-time live streaming use case. Now, it can be used for video editing. Like if you want to render a video to 4K or 1440 using something like DaVinci Resolve or Adobe Premiere, that is not going to be a problem for the Intel graphics card because you're not doing that in real time. When you're live streaming, you are literally encoding video in real time, and you need a very robust graphics card like the 9070 XT to be able to handle that. You can see 1440p 60, this thing's only at 18%. If I wanted to stream at 4K 60 with the 9070 XT, it could totally do that because it has plenty of extra overhead available on its encoder. That shows you how powerful this graphics card is. And you guys, those of you watching on YouTube, you guys are getting a better experience versus Twitch because, and this is not really the GPU's fault. This is nothing to do with the Intel or the AMD graphics card. This is because Twitch.tv only allows up to 6,000 Mbps or no, 6,000 kilobits per second. So 6 megabits per second, 6 Mbps. Whereas YouTube, I can stream it like 15,000 kbps or 15 megabits per second. So the people watching on YouTube, and on top of that, we are utilizing the AV1 encoder on the 9070 XT. So those of you watching on YouTube are definitely getting a better visual experience, a better user experience, because YouTube allows AV1 encoded live streams. Twitch unfortunately does not allow that, so we are having to use the old school, ancient, from like 2003 era H.264, also known as AVC encoding for Twitch, and that's the reason why Twitch is not going to look as good compared to the people who are watching it on YouTube. And that's why I don't normally stream on Twitch, but I am trying to see if it's viable for me to do a dual stream, simulcast, or whatever you want to call it, to see if people who are in that ecosystem, they can participate in the live streams. Because for those of you that are on Twitch, if you're not aware, on the YouTube channel, we do a live stream show every Thursdays called Tech Thursdays. So those of you that are expecting like Monster Hunter, yeah, we're playing Monster Hunter, but like the core of this channel is all technology focused. So that's the reason why, if you haven't noticed, we've been talking very, very technical depth in terms of encoding quality and settings and all that kind of stuff with this PC. That's kind of what we do on this channel, on the YouTube side, that is. So anyway, it's kind of fascinating to see, because the other thing too is Monster Hunter is an incredibly demanding game. It is a very, very unique game. It is the most CPU demanding live service game to come out this year. Just to show people the entire... Oh wait, someone's offering a meal? Someone is offering a meal. Hold on, I gotta go get that food. Someone is offering me a meal here, so let's go get that. Let's go refresh that real quick. But we're gonna look at the total, the PC specs here on this, from within Monster Hunter. I like that Monster Hunter Wilds allows you to see the actual PC specs, so you get an idea of like the resources that it's using. This game utilizes Direct Storage 1.0, and I think that part of the reason why it's incredibly hard to run is because it's using Direct Storage 1.0 instead of Direct Storage 2.0, which would leverage the GPU more for texture decompression. Right now, it's doing everything on the CPU, so the CPU is the most important component that determines how good Monster Hunter Wilds runs. It is not the GPU. It is the CPU that matters the most in this particular game. The CPU and the memory. So we have got a 16-core 32-thread, and we have 96 gigabytes of system RAM. So we are not limiting this game in any way from a hardware standpoint. So just to kind of show how we have things set up, we are using... Where is it? Okay, so here it is. So system specs are here on the right. Ryzen 9 9950X 16-core, RAM 96 gigabytes, 9070 XT is our GPU, VRAM 16 gigabytes of VRAM. The GPU driver is the latest one from June. It is the optional beta driver, and it also tells you down here at the bottom the type of direct storage that it uses, which is CPU-based direct storage, not GPU-based direct storage. But this is how we get the game to run at 4K with everything maxed out. This is the sort of game that requires the latest and greatest hardware to actually get the best experience, which is kind of unfortunate. That's probably why this game has a lot of mixed reviews on the PC side, because it requires incredibly high-end hardware to experience the game the way the developers intended. How are you running I have two graphics cards in the computer. It's that simple. We're not running dual PC. This is single PC. I just now noticed that question. Alright, so let's go back here. If I was utilizing two computers, how would I be able to show you both graphics cards in Task Manager?
You keeping stocked?
All right, so let's do one test here. Let's do it like a test hunt real quick and see how it handles the actual hunt. Where's Alma? Alma, where are you at? Okay. Okay, let's do. I really don't want to hunt with Duna, and I'm not set up to hunt. I can hunt Radow actually. Let's do a Radow hunt. Even though Arkveld is cliffs though. I can't find him in. Yeah, I can't find him in the plains, so we're gonna hunt Radow. We'll use Blast against Radow. Hey Mark, what's going on? The motherboard is the X870E. It is known as the Crosshair Hero. I normally have a camera on the floor pointed at the computer, but I don't have it connected right now. Ooh, what's the... Ooh, we can get some of these. Let's see. Oh, we got all the stuff. Alright, let's go. This we use... Is this... Oh, this is Thunder, though. I can't use this against Radow. I gotta use... I guess I gotta go with this. Gonna be doing an Arch Temper tomorrow. Anyone planning to play this game tomorrow? Match update. What do you guys think of Lagia and Seregio? Which one do you guys find more challenging? Seregio or Lagia? Lagia. We should get some human experience. This investigation does have a guaranteed jewel. I don't remember like what to do. I haven't used this weapon since what's his name? The final boss of this game. I keep wanting to say Xenojiva. That's actually the final boss from World. Oh, he got poisoned. Somebody brought poison. We were supposed to test Night Rain, but for some reason, I think I have to like restart the computer or something because it was some kind of update. And Night Rain, like I click it to launch and then it like doesn't actually launch. It like launches and then like closes out instantly. So I don't know what happened there. Exact same build. You have two sticks? 2 sticks? What's that? Oh, 2 sticks of memory. We're running 4 sticks of memory in this build. Oh man, so sad to get the full combos. Oh, he interrupted it. What was going on? Okay, I got most of it though. Man, every time I play as Insect Blade, you know what I always think of? I think of Dragoons. I think of Dragoons in Final Fantasy XIV and how like if the gameplay of that game was more action style like this, Final Fantasy XIV would probably be like legit the coolest MMO. Oh man, that's so satisfying to get the full combo off. What I consider this PC build is what I consider like the secret like professional build, because you're capable of doing simultaneous stream. You can do everything. You can play all the games. Everything runs so good. We're giving it 4K right now on a 4K monitor. Everything maxed out. The game itself is like so demanding, but it doesn't really matter because this computer is so powerful. And this PC, because of the spec, it can perform while also not costing an arm and a leg. Oh, wow. Yeah, you know what? This is actually pretty good. This is running pretty good, I would say. Streaming to Twitch. Now, I don't know what the footage quality looks like for the Twitch stream. I can see it on my other, but it's not like on this small little window. Wait, what? I didn't want to jump on this guy. What the? I don't want to hurt this guy. I'm not going to hurt this monster. How about I just get off of him? I'm just going to leave him alone. He came to help out, but it's like, I don't know what happened there. Wait, why am I targeting him? I don't even want to target this guy. Where did, what's his name go? It's like way over there. Radeon's going over here. Oh, he's going, he's almost, okay. None of my camps are set up for some reason. It's like they were destroyed, all of them. How do you like Wukong? Is that game good? I played it last year. I haven't touched it since last year, though. This year, it's literally... I've only been playing like 5 games all year. Monster Hunter, Night Rain, Expedition 33, recently Death Stranding 2, and Donkey Kong Bonanza. Those are the only 5 games. We've got all the consoles combined with this PC also, so I can stream like all the console games. We've been streaming Death Stranding 2, and we recently streamed Donkey Kong as well. Alright, is he like immune? Why is he off by this? Doesn't it? Hold on. The shock trap? Why is the shock trap not working? Is he not going into it? This isn't a kill quest, so I don't understand why that didn't activate. He literally stepped on it twice. He's going to his home base. He's going like way over here, I think. Let's go here. Why? Those GPUs are both super old and super weak. They won't make any difference. I think they're both very similar in performance. I think the 1660 Ti is a little bit faster. I think the 1660 Ti is similar to a 1070 Ti. Both of them are really weak, and they're not going to give you good feature sets. So I wouldn't recommend either one of them unless you already have them, or you're going to buy them for like cheap, for like $40 or something. I don't know. Oh, you have both of them already? The 1660 Ti is newer, so it's probably better. I think it's like a 1070 Ti, so I would assume that it's better. Okay, I don't know why my... Hold on, let's put the bit trap. Why this guy's not following me. There we go. I don't know what that was about. He didn't want to go in the electric trap. You're 40... Oh, if you have a 4060, don't even bother with those other GPUs. Those GPUs are worse than the 4060. Just use the 4060. Okay, so we got all this stuff. An armor sphere. Imagine the bottleneck on a 7800 XT with a 5700X. I mean, it depends on the games, guys. Like, just because the CPU is old doesn't mean that it's going to be terribly bottlenecked. It will be bottlenecked, but it also kind of depends on the game. You're on 1080p? Yeah, the lower the resolution, the more bottlenecked you'll be. I wish there was a way to like not have this. I don't like how when idling the graphics, there's like some kind of aura effect from one of my abilities that makes the character have that glow. Like this yellow or red glow. I wish there was a way to like turn off the ability visual effects or whatever so that the character would just not look like that. Maybe there is a way to do that. I don't know. These are all controls. Game settings. Oh, damage numbers. Aim combat while holding minimap scale. Oh, maybe they do have it here. Detailed map rotation, rotating. Health gauge display, stamina gauge display, sharpness. Maybe I should turn off the rotation and make it just be fixed. You know what? Let me try fixed. So how would that look? You know what? I've never bothered to play with the map fixed like this. But now that I've done this, now I finally realized that the base camp is actually at the north end of the plains. I always thought the base camp was like on the west or east side. So, yeah, I probably should have turned off rotating map a long time ago. So now I know that the oasis is actually the southern part of the plains. Yeah, but they have like tons of settings in here. Stamina gauge. I wish there was a thing for the, like the effects. Ally. Active. Displays a, okay, here it is. Displays a glowing effect for the hunter, palico, and or support hunters indicating that a skill or item is active. Equip talisman. Displays a visual if a talisman is active. Okay, what if I turn this off? Is this the effect? No, he's still glowing. So it's not this one. Is it this one? Oh, okay, that's what it is. Activate skill item effects. Displays a glowing effect for the hunter, palico, and or support hunters indicating that a skill or item is active. So that is how you turn that off. Okay. Yeah, I don't like the weird glowing effect. I don't even... I was trying to figure, like, what skill is actually activating that, because I don't even know. Is it working for you? It shows I'm live. I'm monitoring both streams, and I can see both of them are working. We had like 4 people watching in there. Now there's only like 1 person watching on there. World had the attack buff glow as well, but it wasn't as visible. You know what's funny? This insect glaive is so tanky. It has negative critical, but it has like 30 defense. Yeah, that's why I use it. I use it because on my alt character, I don't bother to like farm as much on this character. So I just go with whatever's like the comfiest build that I can do. So like Numinous has natural passive regen. And then this insect glaive allows you to get hit out of midair and not die in one shot. So, it's like plus 30 defense, 418 defense right now. And I'm too cheap with my armor spheres to bother to level up any rarity 8 armor. So like I keep orange armor at base value. Like this 68 is the default defense. I don't even bother to level it up. If I'm using rarity 7 or rarity 6, I do level those up to 68. I level them so they match the base defense value of an orange armor.
See you later.
That's how I typically play the game. I don't know if that's the best way to play the game. So far, there's been nothing in this game that has made me feel like I have to upgrade my top tier armor beyond the default value, the defense value. Also, I think I have the defense bracer thing. I think I have it. I should have it. Yeah, defense boost. This is the one that Radeon, Arch-Tempered Radeon, I think had... I'm pretty sure it was Radeon. Yeah, Radeon had the thing for defense boost to level it up to rarity 7. And that would give me 420 defense from 371 all the way to 420. That would be a massive buff. But I think for tomorrow, I'll be using the wide range just because I don't want people like dying in multiplayer.
You know where to find me.
So that's probably how I'll go about doing this. If you're running dual GPUs, how do you switch between the two for different games? Well, you better be on Windows 11. That's step one, because you have to be on Windows 11 to do that. And then you have to set it in Windows 11. To be honest, it's not worth doing because it's always going to want to default to whichever one your monitor is connected to. It really only works properly for productivity apps, although you can force it to do it. You have to do it in Windows. You have to manually override the automatic selection that Windows does for a given app. That's how you do it. But if you override and you run it off of the one that's not connected to the monitor, you're going to have worse performance than if you run it off the one that's directly connected to the monitor. So in general, like I said, it's not really worth doing. For productivity apps, it is worth doing because it does make a difference. And that's exactly how we're doing this. But we're not using Windows to do that because this, the application that I'm using allows me to select the encoder for a given website. That's why. But you can do what you ask. Like if you want Monster Hunter to run off of the 1660 Ti, even though the 4060 would run this game way better than the 1660 Ti, you could totally do that. You would have to manually select it though. Some games actually let you do that in the game's menu under graphics options. This game does not let you do that, but there's a, like I know Horizon Forbidden West, Horizon Zero Dawn, that one I think lets you choose it. It depends on the game. Some games let you actually do it within the game itself, and then you have to restart the game. Let me see, this person's also got new in this. Let me see, what do I still have left to do? Oh, I gotta do more. I gotta fight a tempered. I gotta fight 3 tempereds, flying wyverns. Does that mean we have to hunt Sergio? I do not want to hunt that guy. That guy is obnoxious. Sergio. He's weak to thunder. So I guess I could hunt him with my gun lance. I kind of think I need to forge a thunder lance though, like a radeon lance. Do I have the materials for this? See, the problem, this is what I'm talking about. Like, I wish Santiago would bring like low rank random monster things, because not having the low rank is the problem with crafting these things, and that's why most people just farm the Arterian weapons, because they don't want to go and do these basic hunts to get the low level stuff, the low level materials. So I guess I could make this Hirabami thing, but see, I don't want to use my Jindahad Ice Gem on that. Can't make the Gravios one because I think I need the... I think this is high rank only. Missing a bunch of stuff. Zoshia, I don't have the orb, so that's not gonna work. For some reason I have lots of Mizusune things. Sergio. I need to look up what that mysterious weapon tree is, because there's like one hidden one.
What are we making today?
This one right here. I don't know what this is. Unless it's from some limited time event that I didn't participate in or something, because I don't know what this is. There's like a hidden mysterious weapon down here.
What are we making today?
Hello.
Could make an Arcveld. Apparently I don't have that many Arcveld horns. You know what? I think we're gonna hunt Arcveld tempered.
Right.
Assuming I even have one. Let me see. This is cliffs though. See, I need plains, and he's in the wrong location. Wyveria, Wounded Hollow. Like, I can't find a Plains arc build. Did I not save any of them? That's not... See, wow, none of my arc builds are in the Plains. Because we're doing Rathian. Rathian's easy. This game really does utilize a lot of direct storage, though.
Now commencing quest by order of the guild.
Okay, hold on, let's get some people in here. It's like, come get the Rathian Ruby. It's guaranteed.
Yes. Would you like to trade something?
Anyone have a sinister cloth? I'm always looking for a sinister cloth. That's the one that I never seem to get from these guys. Yeah, no one has a sinister cloth. Oh, that ebony plate. I don't have any of those. I guess I'll get that. Just so I have it.
Please tell me what you need. I'd like to help.
But what's this? Shiny treasure. Not bad. Okay.
Okay, come back anytime.
I feel like this is like the calm before the storm. Tomorrow there's gonna be a bunch of people logging in for the Uthuna fight. That's when this game seems to have the highest like player base, concurrent player count, is like right when they do an update. And then it like peaks and then it goes like way back down.
I'm with you!
There we go. Wasn't even expecting to use the insect glaive. I may actually swap to gun lance for this. I did find it interesting though that Rathian and Rathlos were not. You didn't actually hunt. Well, okay, you hunted a Guardian version of Rathlos in the story mode. But Rathian and Rathlos were never actually in the campaign. You didn't see either of them until high rank, which was interesting. I can't think of a Monster Hunter game where Rathlos and Rathian were not included in low rank.
Let's see what you got.
Greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, hold on. Really good stuff, man. That was really good stuff. Okay. Alright. Put this on. This is like the Dota style right here. This is so Dota style. Doing all this random stuff in the background while people are trying to like flail around doing it. All these things right here. It's like cut this down, cut that down, step this way, step that way. It's like, okay, uh-oh. Rathian's doing the step this way, step that way. Look at it go, step this way. Step that way. Rathian does that Kendrick Lamar song thing, you know what It's like Rathlos does the two-step and Rathian, or maybe Rathian does the two-step and Rathlos does the step this way, step that way. I don't know. I'm just rambling. It's just completely random.
Make use of this chance.
Yeah. Rathian runs back and forth, and Pink Rathian will do it 20 times in a row. You think Pink Rathian's gonna get added to this game? I highly doubt it, because I don't think Pink Rathian was that popular. I don't know, I didn't really care for the clone ones, like the silver, what was it, the silver Rathlos, the gold Rathian? I'd rather them have like original, like different monsters, not just variants, because they already have 2 Rathloses in this game. There's the Construct one, the Guardian one. Can't seem to get that last one. The beat was like way out in left field. It's like we're not playing baseball here. This is the only thing I don't like about Insect Glaive, because the uptime on it gets messed up when you gotta go and send the beetle out to go and collect the stuff. Subspecies were very repetitive. Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, I hope they don't do that with this game. I think what they need to do, like, I want to see, like, T-Rex and, I mean, they already have kind of variants of the ones that you saw in World. Like, the one that puts everyone to sleep, the one that blind, TZ Yaku, Kulu Yaku. This game doesn't have those monsters, but it has monsters that are, like, similar to those monsters. But some of the iconic ones, like, I do like that they're bringing, like, they brought Sergio and Lagia in here, because those weren't in World. You think they're gonna bring, like, the Elder Dragons, though? Like, you think we're gonna get Kushala, Teostra, and Lunastra? Maybe Teostra and Lunastra. I don't think we're gonna get Kushala or any of the ones. I definitely think we're not gonna get Nergigante, because I think he was, like, a World exclusive. He was like a World original. Oh, Radobon? Yeah. Yeah. What am I doing? Oh, okay, run over there. Yeah. Okay, run over there. Gamma's doing something in the background. I can hear her. It's like, hey, come over here. Okay. It's not about me, it's really if Rathian wants to run over there randomly. I tried to go for the tail, I got jebaited by that tail. Still up for grabs if I can get to it. Oh my goodness. Now I was trying to heal. There. Archtemper were originally only for Elders in World. What? How did that hit me? She did like a 90-degree turn in midair.
This is nothing. Get in there.
This is so Dragoon from Final Fantasy. This is like the best style of Dragoon fighting I've ever imagined in a game. Like this weapon style plays exactly how I imagined the Final Fantasy series with the jump style. It's fantastic.
Time for a little game of chase.
Stand over here.
Target sighted.
I said it.
We saw it done.
Are you planning to do the hunts tomorrow? Arch never do Nero? Oh, you don't have wilds? Do we know when that's actually going to be added though? That's probably going to be like a year and a half from now. I don't expect that until like 2027. So that'll be a while. The Radeon, the UDNA GPU will be out before the expansion for this game. I mean, the RTX 60 series will also be out by that time. So by the time, see, that's the funny thing that we're talking about that, because by the time Master Rank is available in this game, computer hardware will be so much faster. Well, not so much faster, but it will be faster. There'll be newer hardware at the time that I feel like if somebody, like people who are waiting for Master Rank, like you, by the time, like if you were to be on one of those like Zen 6, you know, Zen 6 plus whatever modern hardware, by that time, you know, all the people complaining about performance in this game, like they won't be complaining anymore because newer hardware will just run the game flat out better. And there is talk that Capcom is currently working on implementing Direct Storage 2.0, which should actually help with the performance from a architectural systems level. Direct Storage 2.0 is significantly better, because if you guys remember, Forspoken was a game that utilized Direct Storage 1.0 at release, and it ran horribly. It was like, again, it was like another game that needed very, very high-end hardware to run the game, but in particular it needed a very high-end CPU, and because of the decompression done by the CPU. Whereas Direct Storage 2.0, the CPU doesn't matter anymore because the GPU does all of it. So, because I see, like, all the complaints that I've seen online about this game, it's always someone talking about how they have this high-end graphics card and they're getting like 40 frames per second. Well, that's because their CPU is old. That's why. That's the answer. It has nothing to do with their graphics card. I mean, they can be on like an RTX 5090. It doesn't matter. It's not going to help. In fact, it might actually make it worse because the CPU will bottleneck that graphics card worse than a lower-end graphics card. So they actually get even worse performance by having an even higher-end GPU. And that sounds counterintuitive, but that's actually the reality. But by the time Master Rank is available, the average CPU on the market will be significantly better than what's available now. And also GPU. This is something that we're probably going to talk about this week on Tech Thursdays, but like I was estimating how much faster the new AMD graphics card flagship should be. It should be anywhere from like 90 to 100% faster than the 7900 XTX. In order for it to truly be what AMD needs, it needs to be around 90 to 100, or maybe even more, but minimum it needs to be like 90% faster than the existing 7900 XTX. Because if it's 90% faster, that would put it about 20 to 30% faster than the RTX 5090, and that's kind of where I think the 6090 will be. So if AMD truly wants to go and match Nvidia, that is actually what they need. They need a graphics card that's 90 to 100% faster than the 7900 XTX. So you can imagine if that sort of GPU exists when Master Rank comes out, and well, I don't know, maybe AM6, I don't know about AM6, but like Zen 6 will also be available by the time Master Rank is available, and Zen 6 will buff the performance of this like even more. So, you know, I kind of think it's basically like how it was with Monster Hunter World. A lot of people seem to forget that Monster Hunter World was very hard to run when it came out. It was stuck on DX11, and it ran really poorly until it got the DirectX 12 client. The DirectX 12 client is what legitimately fixed all of the performance issues that World had. It was when it migrated from DirectX 11 to DirectX 12, it all of a sudden ran way better on the exact same hardware configuration. Right, so that's what I'm saying. But now, obviously, here it's all DirectX 12 now. But what they can do is they can migrate from direct storage being done on the CPU to direct storage being done on the GPU. And I think that will alleviate a lot of the performance. Because I'm noticing, while playing this game, the SSD that has this game installed is constantly pegged. Right now it's like 38% on the SSD. It fluctuates a lot, but it's going like, here, we can look at it. Like the SSD that has this game installed. Where's my... is this it? Yeah. So you guys can see, this is an example of how Monster Hunter Wilds is so incredibly resource demanding. Not only is it CPU and GPU demanding, just moving around is causing the direct storage to decompress game assets in real time. And what you guys are seeing, this is the SSD that the game is installed. This is a Crucial 4 terabyte P3 Plus. This is a Gen 4 SSD from Crucial, 4 terabytes. And you can see now it's not the fastest. It's like 5,400 read speed, so it's not a maxed out Gen 4. But you don't need a maxed out Gen 4 for this. And you can see it fluctuates a lot, and that indicates that the CPU is having to do a lot of work constantly to run this game, because the CPU is doing the decompression, because this is direct storage 1.0. They even show you that in the game. Like, you literally go in here, and where's system right there? Oh, it's covered up. But right here, direct storage CPU. When I saw that, I was like, okay, this is one of those games where the CPU matters more than the GPU. Like, it doesn't matter what GPU you have. If you don't have a strong CPU, this game is going to run like garbage. You can have the most powerful, most expensive GPU. You can have an $8,500 RTX professional graphics card. The game's still going to run like garbage if it's paired up with an old CPU. The GPU's not going to save it. Okay, anyway, let me see. I think I need to do like one more. Technically, I need to do like four more hunts. Yeah, I gotta do 3 more. 2 tempered 5 stars, and then 1 of anything. But I want to do plains hunts. So we gotta do another Rathian hunt probably
Yes.
for the weekly if I want that armored sphere. It's probably this Rathian again. It needs to be plains and it needs to be tempered. So that's probably the easiest one to do. You gotta use Windows to do it. Or you have to do it within the game itself. Oh, did I make a video on how to do that? Oh, I think I was going to make a video for members on that. Okay, I guess that might be the next video that I make. A tutorial on how to do that.
We received supply items. Don't
It's
let them
not
go to
hard.
waste.
You just have to go and change it in Windows. But see, this is an example of how, like, there's a lot of this sort of content that's lacking on the internet, apparently.
I heard
And
from the
it
others.
seems like this channel is the only channel that seems to cover these sort of corner cases that no one ever really talks about. Like, you'll never find any of this stuff on larger YouTube channels. This is not how it works. It's in Windows for your app settings. Yeah, what he said. It's in the graphic settings. Oh man, we got another one. We got another person following on Twitch. Welcome to the channel. Man, maybe I don't know if the people following on Twitch are my regular YouTube audience, or if they're people on Twitch that are literally legit finding this channel for Monster Hunter Wilds. I don't know, but welcome to the channel. We might actually do more of these type of streams. I didn't know there were people on Twitch that would actually watch this. I'm actually surprised, unless it's just my YouTube audience. Yeah, this is the technical analysis of Monster Hunter Wilds. That's literally all these streams end up being. They're always like technical discussions about Monster Hunter Wilds. Because you can't find that anywhere else on the internet. This is literally like this is like the premier resource for that kind of content. I'm the one that created the CPU tier list video for Monster Hunter. And that's kind of been the gold standard at this point. Funny because I remember people were like, oh man, I have a AM4 motherboard, it doesn't support the 9800X3D. Well, it's like, oh, I'm on a 14600 CPU or 14500F or whatever, and it's like, oh, I can't go to the AMD thing because my motherboard's an Intel motherboard. It's like, should I get an i7? And it's like, no, that would be a waste of money, because that's not going to change the game's performance at all. It's the same generation of CPU, it's not going to change anything. It might change it a little bit if you're running like a whole bunch of multi-applications at the same time, maybe. But in reality, it's not going to make a difference. We may do some discussion about like free builds on tech videos. I think it was Ant-Man that mentioned the cyber power PCs and stuff. We may look at some of those to see like how much money could be saved by building the computer instead of buying it from a pre-built company or a boutique system seller or an OEM provider. I mean, I was looking at Cyber Power's website today and I was like, they are charging for the labor mostly, for the cost to build the system. Because they've got to pay the workers that are going to put it together. That's where most of their cost is going to be to the customer. Because they're not really as far as I can tell, they are marking up the hardware, but not a whole lot. They're only marking it up by like, they're taking like 3 to 5% margin off of the actual parts. But then it's the labor charge is where it's significantly more expensive. You're paying like anywhere from like $300 to $400. It's like if someone doesn't have the time to build a computer, I mean, I guess it's acceptable to do a pre-build, but I mean, as a hobbyist, as someone who is a tech enthusiast, I'm not gonna pay someone to build my computer. I'm gonna build it myself, and I'm gonna choose exactly what I want. I'm gonna configure it to the way I want, because I know exactly how I want it to run. It's like the old saying: if you want something done right, do it yourself. I mean, that's the sort of philosophy that I live by. Like, I remember one time when I first started working in the real world and like in the office, people were like, if you aren't changing your brake pads yourself, you shouldn't be here right now. And I'm thinking, but we don't work on cars? But I think what they were saying was, it's like, if you want something done right, do it yourself. But because of that, I ended up having to change my brake pads by myself, not knowing how to actually do it.
Hey, thanks.
But that was close. I got fire and poison simultaneously. But see, that's the thing, like, sometimes people who build computers, there's this mentality that, like, oh, everyone should build their own computer. No one should be buying pre-builds. But my response to them is, okay, well, do you change your brake pads? Do you change your brake pads? Do you change your engine oil? Do you do your own car maintenance? You know, that's the mentality I have. People who are like, oh, everyone should build a computer. If you can't build a computer, you're terrible. Well, okay, do you know how to change your brake pads? Do you know how to work on your car? That's the counter argument. Because, okay, by that same token, everyone should know how to fix their car. Everyone should do everything on their car. Oh, and if they have an electric vehicle, oh, they should be able to do the battery replacement. They should be able to do all the transmission maintenance. They should be able to do all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, no, I don't agree. Like, if somebody wants to buy a pre-build, they can buy a pre-build. They can pay a professional to put the computer together. That's fine. I mean, it's technically, see, the thing is, the reason why we don't advocate for buying pre-builds is because, first of all, we know that you're overpaying. And the point of this YouTube channel, this whole community, is a tech enthusiast-centric community. Tech enthusiast focus. So it's like, we're not going to advocate for a pre-build because that's not really what we do. So that's the only reason why I don't really recommend pre-builds. If someone wants to do a pre-build, they can do it. It's their choice. But it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's out of scope. It's out of the scope of what this channel covers. This channel is all about like doing things on your own and getting the best value, getting the best hardware for the least amount of money because you can make smart decisions. And you know what you're doing. And if you don't know what you're doing, you learn what to do by watching this channel. That's kind of the goal behind this channel.
Where do you think it's headed?
But what I noticed recently is a lot of the stuff that I've covered as my actual video uploads are like things like like Thunderbolt 5, external graphics card, USB 4. It's like things that no one else talks about. It's like these niche corner case topics for the PC space that you can't really find a lot of content on. So I just kind of think that no, the analogy still stands because it's all about learning curve. So the original discussion that prompted the whole car analogy came from somebody talking about how everyone should update their BIOS. Everyone should know how to update the BIOS. So it's like, okay, my response was, okay, so that's like, because the whole idea of the discussion is what is a learning curve? The topic is learning curve. It's not about fixing cars. It's not about building cars. It's about what is a learning curve? What does it mean to be a newbie or someone who is inexperienced? You know, like someone can be inexperienced at changing their oil. Someone can be inexperienced at doing anything. I just used the car analogy just because that was one that stuck out to me. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be a car analogy. The point is, if someone has never done something before, if someone has never updated the BIOS on their computer before, and they hear that, oh, you could break your hardware, you could literally ruin your computer, you know what I'm saying? Like there is the talk of that. I mean, there is a small chance that can happen. Now, obviously, there's something called BIOS flashback that can recover from that. But if someone is listening to other people who are not necessarily experts, but they're aware of the risks of a firmware update or a BIOS update, and they've never done it themselves, they're going to be afraid or intimidated to try and do something like that. So it's the same thing. Like, the first time I changed the brake pads on my car, it took me like 4 hours. It took me like 1 hour per wheel because I didn't know what I was doing. So I went really, really slow so I would make sure that I wouldn't mess up the brakes. You know what I'm saying? So it's called learning curve. Now, I've changed brake pads twice now on 2 different cars. So I know, so like the first time I did it, it was very, very slow and it took forever and it seemed very daunting. It seemed very challenging. But the second time, it was significantly easier because, you know, like that's the whole idea behind the learning curve. So it's the same thing, like if you update the BIOS for the very first time, updating the BIOS, there is going to be some anxiety. There's going to be some kind of fear of the unknown because it's never been attempted before by the individual. So the learning curve has to occur. Once someone updates the BIOS, it's like, oh, it's actually not that bad. It's pretty straightforward. You know, the next time they have to do it, same process. They get more like familiar with it, so it's not as scary. It becomes it can even become routine. Like it's like, you guys know me, like I've updated the BIOS on like all the major brands. I can update ASRock, MSI, Gigabyte, ASUS. All of them have their own different tools inside the UEFI. So like MSI has M-Flash, ASUS has Easy Flash, ASRock has their whatever they call it, like Instant Flash, and then Gigabyte has Q-Flash. So they all have their own names for their own ways of doing essentially the same thing. And there's a little bit of quirks, like MSI will basically reload the whole thing to some kind of default settings, then load a script that will then bring up like a completely separate menu for M-Flash, and then that's how it works. ASUS literally does it there and then Gigabyte, I think, does something similar to MSI, but it is still using the same UEFI interface. And then ASRock does something where it's like they have this weird, like you can tell that someone who English is not their first language wrote the English instructions because it uses non-colloquial sentences in the instructions. It's like do not turn the power off, or do not turn. It's like all caps on ASRock saying, instead of do not turn off the power, it's like do not turn the power it's like phrased in a non-colloquial way of saying don't turn the computer off while the BIOS is updating. But yeah. But I mean, it was like this. Another example I can give you is like when the first time I encountered an ASRock motherboard BIOS, it was helping a friend who had an ASRock motherboard, because at the time I had never owned an ASRock motherboard before, so I was completely unaware of how ASRock's BIOS is different from Asus or Gigabyte. Previously, I had only ever owned, I think, Asus and MSI at that point. And then I eventually got Gigabyte, and then now I have all four of them. But I remember ASRock had all those folders and subdirectories and everything, and they still do that. But, you know, having to deal with an unfamiliar environment to effectively figure out where settings were, and this was on an older BIOS where there was no search functionality, so you have to manually go through all the settings, you know, using the keyboard. So you can imagine, like, it's going to take some time. There's some unfamiliarity with the platform. And that's what I mean by, you know, not everyone is expected to be an expert doing these things, because rarely do people ever even mess with the BIOS. Even if they are a tech enthusiast, oftentimes they don't actually do anything in the BIOS besides load XMP or Expo, you know, and make sure resizable bar is turned on, or some basic stuff like that. You know, like, I mean, they're not going to be going in there looking for, like, base clock, overclock settings and PVO. Very few people even do that. So, alright, wait, what was I supposed to do? I think I had two, okay, one more tempered, two more flying wyverns. So, okay, we'll do one more Rathian. Actually, hold on, is there a better one available? There's a tempered radeon available. And I'm gonna take the easy route. I'm just gonna do Rathian because Rathion's easy. I need to start burning through my investigations anyway, so we'll do this final Rathian. Get another Rathian guaranteed ruby. Oh yeah, like MSI has the ability to do that. As far as I know, MSI is the only one that lets you do that.
Okay, let's be on our way.
Yeah, because I don't like the blinking when it's in sleep mode, because it defaults to blinking. I turn it to dual mode, so the lights are off when it's in sleep. I like how he just fires that SOS, and it doesn't actually go through the roof. It's just like stuck there on the tent. That's funny. That's a nice little detail. Okay, let's go. You have two computers. You copy the BIOS settings. The BIOS settings for the Godlike. You know, I'm surprised those actually work on the Godlike, because from my experience, memory settings for, if we're talking about the same thing, but the memory settings for high capacity DDR5, typically those settings that I have shown in my videos don't work on MSI, and they definitely don't work on Asus. They work on Gigabyte and ASRock. Well, the reason why the memory settings are different, because I noticed there's a bunch of people that are still asking me questions about the memory, like they need help getting it working. And then they even go and they post to Reddit needing help. And the thing is, I kind of look at those Reddit threads, and I don't respond to any of the Reddit threads because there's so much misinformation on there of what people are saying. It's kind of sad because people claiming to be experts are giving people the wrong info, and it just kind of like confuses them more. like people are saying that, oh, it's IMC related. It's not IMC related. It's motherboard specific. The motherboard settings are going, like the motherboard traces are going to vary based on the motherboard's design, and that is going to affect how the CAD bus tuning applies. People are like, oh, it's the memory controller your memory controller can't handle, you know, 192 gigs of RAM at 6,000. No, because the memory controller's never the problem at 6,000. Like every CPU can do 6,000. The problem is when you have a lot of memory, it's the noise. The bus line is extremely noisy because of all those memory modules trying to be driven at a high speed. That is the limiting factor. See, so that's the thing that, like, people on Reddit, I can tell when they're really amateurs claiming to be experts because they have no idea what they're talking about, saying stuff like, oh, it's the memory controller. The only time it's a memory controller thing is if you're trying to do, like, you know, like 6,400 in a 1-to-1 ratio or something crazy. Or like you're trying to run above 8,000 with 2 sticks of RAM. But even then, it's more of a motherboard limitation because, again, it's the motherboard signaling quality. And that's where things like CUDIM are supposed to help in theory. But the thing about CUDIM that's never mentioned is the fact that CUDIM only helps clock. It doesn't actually help the actual data bus. So it's not really beneficial in that regard. Yeah, I am an engineer. I think I said that a couple of times already. People seem to ask that question a lot. I'm an engineer, but I do not work in like system design. I haven't done that in like several years now. I'm actually currently involved in the telecommunications industry. So it's like completely unrelated to what we talk about on YouTube. If I could change jobs though and go into like semiconductors, I would like to do that. Because I feel like that's definitely where I'm more interested in the technology. But everything I do, my day job is all like telecom based. Yeah, no, I'm not a software engineer. I don't know, I kind of thought about being a software engineer, but I wonder like how AI is going to impact that market. I'm in a position now where I don't have to worry about my job being automated. I mean, obviously I can utilize AI to assist with work, but nothing about my job. AI can't do my job, let's just put it that way. Like, it can't, because my job deals with, with the sales side. So, and AI doesn't do sales. The one thing I like about the software engineering jobs, though, is the freedom of, like, you can work anywhere as long as you have an internet connection. That is the thing I find the most appealing about that industry, or that job. My job requires me to travel. It's a different type of role, so I'm not in, like, a fixed location. I don't know how often software engineers travel for work. Man, did the beetle get the herbivore thing? Like, it didn't, I feel like it didn't get radeon. Yeah, the beetle's attacking the whatever that herbivore thing is. It's like it's way over there. Yeah, the back to the office push is real. I know. I don't have an office job though, so for me, I work remote all the time. Yes, I'm one of those weirdos that has a remote job that is not a software developer type job. And I have like full autonomy. Like basically, the type of job I have, the bosses listen to me, not the other way around. The only time I have to listen to my boss is like when we have to do like some kind of company HR training type thing, and he's like, "Oh, everyone needs to have this done with it by Friday or whatever." You know, like that's like the only thing. I've got one of those really rare jobs. It's like one of the rare jobs where you don't work in an office, you're remote, but it's not a dev job. And it's not one of those, like, you know, jobs that could easily be automated. Because it requires a specialist role.
I set a trap.
And when I say specialist role, well... Wait, why am I... Is there a bug in the game with the shock trap?
Trap set.
There, okay, I guess I wasn't setting it close enough? I could have sworn it worked on monsters if you put it on the face or in the past. I don't know why it wasn't working. Problem solver for technical issues with equipment and technology. No, that was a job that I used to have. That was like my previous job. I did that type of work back in like 2019 and before. So no, that's not what I do now. And that job, the job that Mark is describing, that's what unless that's your job, that's the job that I had in like 2019 and years past. And that was an in-office job, but you could work from home occasionally. So the type of job that I used to have is the type of job that I think people who are allowed to be remote now but are being pushed back into the office, like I had that whole lifestyle before the pandemic. Like I was in that ecosystem before the pandemic. And then when the pandemic happened, like everyone basically became like that, you know? Yeah, they're wanting us to use AI more and more. Like, I need to start doing it for those type of things too, but it's like I tried using AI like 2 years ago. We've done a couple of YouTube videos on AI on this channel. And 2 years ago, AI would always either hallucinate or give me stuff that I could have found just from a Google search. Now I think it's gotten a lot better. So yeah, I think the amount of progress that's been made in like 2 years, even just in the last year alone, is pretty impressive. But yeah, there's a lot of jobs that I can see where AI can do a whole bunch of the job function. You're an accountant? Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, finance, I mean, I actually dabble in that a little bit from what I do. Now, I'm not like the bean counters or the, what do you call it? Like, I'm not on the account management side. That's not what I do. I'm typically paired up with people that do that role, though. So I know somewhat of what that role entails.
Keeping stocked?
Okay, I gotta do one more hunt of my choosing. And I'm probably gonna do like a normal radow. I'm gonna do a normal radow hunt. Actually, how much time do I have left on the food buff? Because I haven't checked my food buff in a while. We got 20 minutes. Alright, I want to join some randos low rank radow because I need some radow material. So I'm gonna join an SOS low rank radow because I noticed I didn't have any radow stuff to make the radow weapon. Wow, no one's doing radow. How are you supposed to do low rank hunts if you can't? Oh, because I'm doing event. It's any. Just join some random and help them do their radow story quest. Oh, that's an optional. I guess there's optional. I hope this is low rank. Is dual channel RAM better than quad on AM4? There is no such thing as quad channel RAM on AM4. AM4 is dual channel only. Are you a project manager or similar role? I'm not a project manager, but it is kind of a similar role. But no, I'm not a project manager. I wouldn't say that. Sometimes it depends on what's going on. Like sometimes the role requires me to do that kind of stuff, but I'm not building, like, you know, pivot tables, and I'm not doing things like, what do they call it? Project managers use Microsoft Project. I think it's called Project. The program that lets you see, like, the slack and the critical path and all that stuff. Like, no, I don't do that. I don't do that. That's what project managers do, I'm pretty sure. I don't do that. But I do some of their functions sometimes. It just kind of depends on if it's required or not. Dual channel means you're utilizing channel A and channel B. It has nothing to do... It means you're running 2 sticks or 4 sticks on AM4. You can be running 2 sticks of RAM, and that means you're in dual channel, provided they're on channel A and channel B. If you have 2 sticks of RAM and you put them both on channel A, then you're not running dual channel, even though you have 2 sticks of RAM. You're running single channel with 2 sticks of RAM. Now, anyone running 4 sticks of RAM on AM4 is automatically doing dual channel. Maybe I need to do another... Well, these comments are good. Your comments are good because... And the questions are good because it makes me realize there's still knowledge gaps when it comes to memory. Despite the numerous videos I've done on memory... I just dropped that one thing down, and that's game. Yeah, I took that in graduate school also. That's the whole reason why I know the terminology. Critical path, slack, all that stuff. Yeah, it's from that one class that I took. These are the best quests. I came in and it's over. I just join in and it's over. Minimal effort. Now, I don't know if I got the things that I need for this. I needed some sort of materials for radeon, regular, like low rank radeon. I have no idea. I probably should have put some of that stuff on wish list just to make sure. You know what? I just thought, did that count? I don't know if that even counted. I think it did. Oh, wait, what? What? I have to do a high rank? Oh, I should not have done that then. I gotta do one high rank of any type of hunt. I just had to make this longer than it needed to be.
Anything catch your eye?
Alright, where's radeon? Yeah, see, I still need a wing talon, so I'm not done doing low rank radeon. Yeah, see, that's kind of lame. They need some way to, like, Santiago or someone needs to bring in low rank items, or you should be able to trade. You should be able to trade for low rank things because it's so hard to get those items.
Okay, come back anytime.
Alright, well, we're just gonna do... It just needs to be some random high rank. It can be whatever, Anjanath. Why, it can be anywhere, Wyveria. Maybe I should do something that's on wish list, but I don't want to do something that's super long, though. Where's regular Arcveld? How do I not have regular Arcveld? Oh, wait, here's regular Arcveld. Do I really want to hunt regular Arcveld, though? Okay. I don't really feel like doing that. Let's do... Oda Garen is on wish list. How many of these do I have? I have... Okay, we're doing Oda Garen.
Have another hunt with no surprises today. The guild sent us supply items.
We're gonna fight Anjanath with the gun lance. Wait, he's... Is he weak to... He's not weak to thunder, is he? Oh, he's weak to water. Never mind. We're gonna fight him with the insect glaive. I haven't fought Oda Garen in so long, actually. I only fought this guy like during the campaign and probably a couple times after I finished the story back in March. It's been a long time since we hunted one of these. What the heck? Oh, I didn't watch my stamina. I don't think I've ever hunted him with an insect glaive. At least not in wilds. Maybe in world.
That's our cue.
Uh-oh. I knew that would happen if I fought him too close to the edge. I'd do an Obi-Wan Phantom Menace thing where I fall off the platform and have to go all the way back and hope that the hunters don't get carded like Qui-Gon versus Darth Maul. Man, this numinous gear is still, I feel like it's best in slot for a lot of things.
Let's see what you
This is
got.
like the lazy armor set. Just use this, and then it doesn't really matter like what you hunt, as long as you're not hunting like a dragon damage enemy. It's super weak to dragon. So like, I think like Gormagala would not be a good one. Arcvale would not be a good one. Use his armor on. I mean, technically you can use it on anything, but still, I mean, going by like defenses, that's probably not how I would do it. Oh wait, he's dealing. You're right. I have him on Dragon Blighted. Oh, no wonder. Yeah, he has dragon stuff. Okay, yeah, we're wearing the wrong armor for this fight. I'm all Dragon Blighted. Dragon Blight does look cool in this game, though. It looks way cooler in this than in the world. Yeah, the game runs fine. With a dual stream running. That's just because the Ryzen 9 has so many cores. I mean, we're at like 57% CPU utilization. That is pretty high. The game is doing like 40% of that, or 30-something percent of that. Oh, I didn't get any of the buffs because I was kind of close to him.
In with everything.
Oh, I got a wish list item. Something broke off of him right there. We can do that. Yeah, you think I should do that tomorrow? I can do that tomorrow. If you guys want to hunt, join me on the hunts tomorrow for Arch-Tempered Uthaduna. That's what we're gonna be doing tomorrow. It's Arch-Tempered Uthaduna. That's gonna be like priority number 1. Because that's gonna be the hardest thing to do, and then all the festival things, if there's time, I'll do that. Yeah, but this week is all about Monster Hunter. It's funny because I wanted to stream Night Rain this evening as a test, because that game was less demanding than this one, but I couldn't, like, Night Rain wouldn't launch for some reason on the. I think I had to restart because I updated the game, and then I updated the graphics drivers. And then I didn't restart the computer after updating the graphics drivers, and the game, it's like, I click launch on Steam, it starts up, and then it just like goes to like nothing. It doesn't even attempt to load the game. It's like, it says starting, and then it just goes to like, I never clicked it. And I did it several times. I checked Task Manager, I couldn't find any process issues, so I don't know what's going on there. I checked Steam for Steam update, there's no Steam update. So I don't know what happened with Night Rain. So I was like, well, let's test Monster Hunter then. And Monster Hunter worked. Iframe.
Place the trap.
Oh boy. Is he low? He's not even low yet, though. Oh, now he... Okay, now he...
Waiting for this.
Okay. Was that what I needed? Hopefully it wasn't something like, oh, flying wyvern high rank. If that was the case, I should not have done this one. I hope that's not what it was. Please don't let it be it had to have been a flying wyvern. I have a feeling it's flying wyvern. Flying wyvern? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, flying wyvern. I knew I should have hunted Arkveld. I should have just hunted Arkveld. This is so painful. This is so painful. Flying wyvern, okay. Okay, Rathlos, you're the last one. You're the last one. Wow. We're going all over the place in this game. Now we're going to the forest. Man. Alright, this is definitely going to be the last hunt. Definitely the last hunt. Because I can't believe that. I did that Oda Garen hunt and it didn't even count. That was not intended. That was definitely not intended. Always open it up to other players to come get their Rathlos, Ruby.
Welcome back. Can I help you with anything?
And Rathlos is weak to thunder, so I could use the gun lance this time around. You could use the gun lance. We'll probably just use this thing. We have good. Oh, we have like 0 fire. It doesn't matter. We fought that one guy with like -10 dragon resist and it was fine. This numinous armor is so good. Where is he? Is he like way up there somewhere? Oh, he's way over there. My tent was destroyed. Oh wait, no it's not. It looks like it just got rebuilt as soon as I moused over it.
There it is.
So easy to mount the flying wyvern with insect wave. You just helicopter to their wing and it just always activates. Oh wait, does he have like a mid? Okay, whatever.
It's on the ground.
Game runs great utilizing FSR4. FSR4 is being utilized to achieve 4K output to 1440p. And then we downscale with the encoder back to 1440p for YouTube. And we downscale all the way to 1080p for Twitch.tv.
Hey, shake it off.
The target is down.
What? Oh, not the Obi-Wan thing again. Obi-Wan thing again.
I'm in your debt.
Catch the Rathos on the top of a tree. I don't have a slinger though. Oh, I need to eat a ration. No, I don't want that's not what I need. Well, where's the camera zoomed so far out. I literally just ate a ration and not like I'm not in full stamina again. How did that happen? Oh, yeah, there's no clutch claw in this. Maybe against like Lagia in the underwater section. I'm glad there's no clutch claw. I did not like clutch claw. Clutch claw ruined World for me when it was available in Iceborne. Olivia's like, nice. Oh, the wing is also good. Oh, wow. What? That's the first time I've ever seen a monster die in midair from a mounted attack.
We've succeeded.
Wow.
Thanks to your fine work.
Okay, well, we got that. Hunter rank 130. Okay, well, I got the armor, the hard armor sphere, or whatever it was, the advanced armor sphere. Whatever the weekly red thing is. Got it. What do they call it? Heavy armor sphere. Okay, 20 hours, 47 minutes for Monster Hunter Wilds update for Arch-Tempered Uthduna. So, okay, so that's gonna be... Yeah, so we will be going live around that time for the Uthduna hunts. Let me see, actually...
Yep. Anything catch your eye?
Let me see, what do we got here? Is the regular Uthduna armor worth crafting for this? Let me see. Uthduna beta set. What does it do? Lord's Fury Resuscitate. Increases attack when inflicted with ailments. Uthduna's cover. Increases defense temporarily when using a specialized tool. Greatly increases... Oh, that's cool. Okay, that means when you're using like a... You know, when are they going to add Temporal Mantle to this game? Temporal Mantle is the one mantle that I am waiting for. And also, I would like to see them add Health Booster, Affinity Booster, Cleansing Booster. I don't know how useful those items are anymore, but I remember... well, they kind of gave us that one mantle, the reviving... The one that I'm using right now, I forgot what it's called. Mending Mantle. Mending Mantle kind of does what Health Booster did, but I feel like Health Booster was still really good in multiplayer. We're using the RX 9070 XT. So the Health Booster... I don't know, I really like the items. See, this is another example of things in World that are missing in this game that I really wish were in this game. I know Temporal Mantle was added with, I think, Lunastra. So Temporal Mantle was not in base World. Like, that one was added. I call that the Super Saiyan 3 Mantle. Because it looks like you've got Super Saiyan 3 hair. It's like you're dodging instantly. You can't get hit. That's just so Super Saiyan 3. So, because I remember vividly Behemoth Extreme. And, like, people had to Farcaster out, instant transmission out of there, go back and restock. And I'm like, okay, you guys go back. I'll hold them off solo as a Super Saiyan 3. And that literally just means I'm going to put on the Temporal Mantle. And, oh, man, it was so cool. So cool. Ecliptic meteors are going off. Man, World was so peak in so many ways. That's why I feel like this game, I need my Cleansing Booster, especially Affinity Booster. Affinity Booster was so good. I want to see the boosters come back, and I want to see Temporal Mantle come back. And there were also the elemental ones, like Fire Mantle, Thunder Mantle. You know, like, what was it? Waterproof, Thunderproof, Fireproof. Why are those things not in the game? Those things were cool. I liked being able to collect them and upgrade them and stuff. Those need to be in the game. And then also, what the in-game housing needs to be added. Like, it's like, oh, we got a tent. You know, that doesn't mean that I don't want my, like, actual private quarters like I had in World. Where are those things? I mean, Capcom is missing so many things. See, those are the things that I criticize the game for. I don't criticize the game for the performance problems like everyone else. But that's because it doesn't affect me. But what I'm saying is, like, things that should be in the game as content are lacking. And that's where I think this game is really falling short for a lot of people when they do those direct comparisons. But anyway,
Yep.
it's like the in-game room system needs to be added, and the mantles and the boosters need to be added. There's like 3 things right there. Capcom, it's like, that's like what I call low-hanging fruit. That's low-hanging fruit. Those are things that technically should have already been in the game, but it's like, okay, you can add them in title updates, and everyone's gonna cheer and be happy because they're getting things that should have been in the base game.
What are we making today?
Especially the in-game housing. If they're not going to bring back the mantles and the boosters, at least bring back the in-game housing thing. Because that was cool. You could customize it and all that stuff. Like, I don't know. I do not know why that's missing. Anyway, I think for this hunt, though, Let me see. Do we have the... Oh, that's the necklace. What does this do? Heroics Agitator. Blight Resist 3 stacks. Level 3. With 2 tier 1 gems. Shadow Shades. That's the good stuff right there. Blindsider, Stun Resist. 3 stacks of Stun Resist. Sealed Eye Patch. Dragon Cloth. This looks like the dragon. This looks like the cloak for Cloud in like Kingdom Hearts 1. Yeah, I guess what I'm going to do, I think I'm just gonna fight Uthduna with this armor set. Because this armor set already has 10 water resist. So with food, I can get it to 20 water resist. Like with a meal from Tashin or whoever, I can get it up to 20 resist. And then it won't be a problem. So I don't have to go and craft this thing. This only has 10 water resist anyway. So yeah, no. And Numinous starts with 68 base. I don't want to upgrade it, so yeah. Yeah, we'll do that, I guess. Mizutsune's armor would be good too. 10 on water. The only one that I can think of that I could technically craft is the Gildays. Well, that's 10 on everything. But this one is kind of like, I don't think this one has... Oh, this one has like a tier 3 gem for like all the slots. Guardian Arc Build. I thought I already crafted this. I never crafted this? Oh, I crafted the alpha one. That was early endgame right there. What else we got here? Yeah. Uthduna beta. This one. Could technically craft it. I'll only craft this if I have trouble tomorrow. Like if I feel like I'm too squishy and I'm carding too much, I'll just go with this just so that I don't have to deal with the water blight. But yeah, we're gonna be hunting so much Uthduna tomorrow that this might be worth getting. But I can already tell what's gonna happen. I'm gonna start with this, and then as I start getting the pieces for the Gamma set, I'm just gonna swap over to the Gamma set. And then it's like I always go armor first, and then I go whatever the other thing, like, because I'm pretty sure you'll also upgrade a talisman.
What are we making today?
I think Uthduna will also be utilized to upgrade, like the Arch-Tempered Uthduna allows you to upgrade one of these. I don't know which one. Radeon had the defense charm, if I'm not mistaken. So Uthduna will be one of the other ones.
Done already?
So, all right. Well, that was it. That was a look at. Well, this doesn't tell me. Does it tell me how long I was live? How do I know how long I've been live? Oh, Twitch says 2.5 hours. Okay. All right, well, that's where we're going to end it. So we'll be back tomorrow with the Uthduna Arch-Tempered hunts and the festival. So if you want to tune in, we'll probably set up that lobby session. So if you guys want to do the hunts with me, if you're available at the time that this goes live,
What can I do for you?
we can team up and do those during the stream. Alright guys, that's going to be it. Thanks for tuning in. That was a dual stream. We streamed to Twitch, so people could watch this on Twitch, and they can watch it on YouTube. And we may do that again tomorrow. We'll see. This computer is now set up to do that. My other computer is not set up to do that. So the 9070 XT, the A380, the 9950X, the Asus Crosshair Hero, all this stuff is set up to do this. This is the Tech Thursdays computer, so we may just, I don't know, we'll see. We may stream from this, or we may just stream from the other one. Otherwise, thanks for tuning in, everyone, and I will see you guys tomorrow, same time tomorrow, for Monster Hunter Wilds Festival update. Till then, take care, and I'll see you then. Thanks.